Are you in insurance sales and you're sick and tired of constantly calling people that never pick up the phone, or you're emailing or using a bot, nobody's buying from you? Well, we've got the solution. We're going to be talking about one of the best leads on the planet in inbound final expense and life insurance lead. We've got Jason here. We're going to really go into what he has experienced, which is phenomenal, by the way, using these precise leads that we're going to give you an opportunity to capitalize on at the end of this video. So Jason, say hi. I appreciate you coming on the channel with us.
Well, I appreciate you, Jason.
So
I
you did 4,000 plus 4,200 plus dollars in annual premium on these things. Is that right?
That's right.
It's insane. Now, how many sales was that? And you did a $500 lead spend. That's all you did?
So yeah, that was $500 of lead spend, and that was 5 sales.
My goodness. So a 50% close ratio.
10 calls, 5 sales, 50%.
What was your rough cost per acquisition?
That's about 102,
My goodness.
102,
That's
blowing
not
my
bad.
mind. Just
And
crazy.
you've done final expense and life insurance. How many years with our agency? What, 4 plus years, something like that?
Yo, easy going on. Yeah, going on
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, going on 6 years with us. You've got powerful success. You got skills, right? But to get a 50% close ratio, that's that's big on
That's huge.
this because you didn't buy inbound leads prior to this, right? You were using other lead platforms like Outbound. Am I right here?
Yeah, I was always against, and you know this, I was always
Mm-hmm.
against just inbound, and at the time it was transfer, so I was always against that. I always
Right.
wanted to be the from the beginning type of guy, whether it was telemarketing or Facebook, and then close it. So I was never that transfer guy until of recent because of all the changes, right? And so we found this, this honey hole, and it's been, I guess, just amazing, man,
To
amazing.
have a hair over $100 cost per acquisition, that's dynamite. I mean, it really is. And you got the skill set for sure. Been doing it with us a long time here at jasonfinalexpense.com, but you've got the ability now that you're not having to chase people. The calls are coming direct to you without someone else like playing interference, right? Because the transfers that you've had prior to, or the bad experiences, were like overseas call centers or someplace like trying to warm up the lead and then they pass it off to you and charge you for it. Is that kind of what you've experienced before?
Well, yeah, yeah, and well, at least that's what I heard from
Right.
before because I never did those. But yeah, these are just straight to my phone, and it's a totally different ball game.
Someone that is looking at getting into inbound final expense leads or inbound life insurance leads, finding the best ones, they're not going to have to worry about a CRM or some special software. You just log into our platform, push a button, and then your cell phone can ring. Am I right? Just that the audience understands this.
That's it. All I use is this intake form,
Our
write their information down, and that's it. There's no $400 CRM that I was paying for.
That is
There's
huge.
no 20 different phone numbers. It's just boom, they're calling me.
Right, so because when you were doing outbound, you had to be concerned about spam risk, right? And spam likely popping up on your stuff because of Stir Shake, and watch some of our other content at the top on that topic. But you were experiencing some of that, right? Where you were using numbers and then it was just like going straight to voicemail when you were doing some outbound work.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
Yeah. So a $500 lead spend, $4,200 annual premium written, 5 different sales. That's not a bad business model, brother. That's pretty powerful. Proud of you.
It's not
That's
bad at
huge.
all. It's
I know.
sustainable.
Absolutely. Is it nice to be able to just like sit in your office and just wait for them to call you? It's like you're not chasing people anymore. You're just handling calls.
Yeah, it's the next best thing since sliced bread, bro. It's like I'm just sitting there, I get a call, I get to talk to wonderful people, and they're calling and they know why they're calling, right? And they're hot and they're ready to buy. So as long as we just don't mess it up.
Absolutely. And it's like these folks, it's like to have 10 conversations, get 5 conversions. That's powerful for you, the audience, to understand. You've got to have extreme skill set. All right. Now, no guarantee of survival. Welcome to the insurance industry. It doesn't mean you're going to duplicate his results. If you don't have skill, right, in your navigation of the consumer, you've got to be ready. Jason here is polished. He's ready. He's prepared and he's performing. Like if you're a top performer, you're going to take this to the next level. But having outbound leads, you've bought 100 outbound leads before. And how many of 100 realistically picked up the phone where you had a conversation like this?
That's, I mean, maybe a 10% close on those.
Yeah,
You would get, luckily, if you're four sales a week. That's why it's important to, keep buying the leads.
right.
But, yeah, that's kind of where just you would always have to keep making those calls over, triple dial, triple dial, triple dial, banging your head against the wall. And now it's just they're coming to you. I mean, it's incredible.
Nuts. So for you, the audience, you're no longer having to make calls. You're playing catch. I mean, so many agents are just frustrated by it. And if for those of you, the audience, we're not talking about $100 inbound lead here. And to be able to get one of the best, final expense life insurance inbound leads on the planet, we're talking low 40s currently. Am I right? Or are we off here?
That's right. That's right.
That's power. Guaranteed conversations. Don't get cheap on yourself. Those of you in the audience watching, invest in your business with training, with everything that's in you, so that when you get on these calls, you can actually get into a place where you're in a happy place like Jason here is. You got a good name, by the way. I always liked your name, right?
Yeah.
Play the smart britches over here, but I'm proud of you. I mean, basically $100 cost per acquisition to be able to have that kind of annual premium written. That's big. You're not at a 100% close ratio. That's extremely unrealistic. But to have a 50% close ratio on an inbound lead, priceless. Okay. So for those of you in the audience watching, you're frustrated of calling, high quality final expense leads or Facebook final expense leads, and you're like, I'm done. I want people to call me now. It's a different world. I mean, does it feel pretty good to be able to sit in your office now and not have to just mind numbingly make the dials?
Yeah, it makes you want to get back in there and help more folks because you just know, like, okay, I'm waking up, there's going to be some people ringing, and I'm going to make some sales today. And I just like to add, like, I mean, it's now it's predictable. I know I can put in 100, and there's no minimum, right? You can put in
Right.
$100, and from the numbers, you're going to have that close ratio of at least 50%, 40 to 50%. Just depends on how many calls you make.
Right. And your numbers to the T. And a
Right.
new agent, once they get on it, well, it's a performance based business. They're going to have to figure out their numbers. Right.
Right.
But once
Right.
they figure it out, it's predictable. It's power.
It's
I mean,
so good.
you put in this, you get that with your skill set. Power.
Right. Right. Whereas before it was like, all right, I'm buying 100 every week and I'm hoping that I'll hit this number, but it's not for certain because they may not answer. Even
Right.
with triple dials, because you got the spam risk and the whole 9 yards. So
Absolutely. And performance based 100%. And you may get a batch of leads where maybe your ratio is off a little bit, but if you play the numbers and the laws of averages, if you got a lot of skill, you should have a lot of successful connections that turn into a conversion. It's big, and you're
yeah.
getting it done. I'm just thanks for jumping on here, but $4,200 in AP written, 5 different sales off just 10 leads, talking a $500 lead spend. It's phenomenal. So for those of you that are watching, if you want to get access to this, it's exclusive for you for the next 14 days. Reach out on my website, jasonfinalexpense.com. Say, I need the inbound leads. We're going to help you and we're going to get you access so that you can hopefully take your career to the very next level through conversations. This is a performance based business. You need those conversations to even have a chance of conversions, risk reward, right? But the reality of this is that this is going to change your world to have a lot more true calls instead of just the mind numbing effect. So I appreciate you, brother. Anything they need to know about this fun journey other than get on it?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say that don't be afraid of that $40 per lead sounds scary, but in the long run, you're saving so much. It sounds like a lot, but compare it to the $100 Facebook leads you might be buying and how much of those you're selling. So just do the math.
Absolutely. If they're spending $100 on, a tiny amount of, Facebook leads, as a Facebook lead, if you get a good deal on one, about $15 a pop. So it's like, if you pay 40, you're looking at what? Just a couple Facebook leads, and most of those people don't even answer the phone. Ouch. All right. This is a way better cost per acquisition. So, no, appreciate
Definitely.
your wisdom, brother. Any of y'all watching, reach out. We will get you the resources you need. Have a great day.